this really just so I don't forget to hit record. Okay, cool. Well, should we just jump in and let's get going?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then as people join, then we can just add them and then send out the recording.
Yeah.
Whitley, stop making us all look bad.
Is she working out? Get out of here.
Yes.
Good Lord.
I know. You're done with 75 hard. Cut it out.
I need to look. You what? What did you say?
I need to look good in Tulum.
Oh.
In Tulum?
Are you kidding? You already.
I cannot wait for Tulum.
You're so fun. Well, I was just gonna say something, and I hate when this happens when we're recording because people are just gonna sit there and listen to me talk. But there was something I was gonna say, but it's gone. So goodbye. It'll come.
Tell us when it comes back.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go over the Bogo box. We wanted to give great information of each and every single essential oil because this Bogo box was a great collection, but there were definitely some essential oils in here that maybe some of us don't use every day or know how to use. Like for me, Citronella, that's one of the first ones we're going to talk about. I've never bought a new bottle of Citronella. Like I've been using the same bottle of Citronella for a good year and a half. It's been a while. So Eden, what are some ones that you noticed maybe that like you needed to look into more or understand more in the Bogo box?
Yeah, this, like Sydney said, this Bogo box was a little bit different than past Bogo boxes. It's great and has amazing essential oils. And it's actually one of the reasons I love Bogo boxes because it kind of forces you to go outside of your just like, On Guard lemon box of just like those everyday ones and forces you to go outside and try different ones. So I really did like that about this box. But actually, like Sydney said, Citronella isn't one I reach for every day. I think I have 2 bottles of it and I've had them for a while. So it's not one I'm using all the time. So I was like, I want to look into it and see different ways that I can use it. And then the other one that I had to learn more about was Neroli. I called Sydney when I learned that that was in the Bogo box. I'm like, tell me about Neroli. Cause I know you love it. You've used that a lot. And I've never owned Neroli. So that was one that I was like, I want to learn about Neroli since I'm getting it and the ways to use it.
Yeah. With this Bogo box as well, it was like the perfect opportunity to really expand your oil collection. And that's kind of what Bogo boxes are great for as well. But I would love to know, I know that we can't all unmute ourselves and you don't feel like you have to. You can if you want to. But in the chats, will you please, we're going to go off of the chat so much today. So please put oils in there that like you don't quite know about or need extra explanation on. Or your favorite recipes that you need to share with everyone. So put in the chats, those kind of things. But I'm going to start sharing my screen. And this is so funny. Usually we have a Bogo ebook, but we couldn't find like a great Bogo ebook and we didn't quite have time to create one. So we're just going off of some great graphics and you guys totally get to see my messages right here because that's what we're going off of. It's from Brittany sending them to me, but we're just going to dive into this. So let's go over Purify and Citronella. Eden, you use Purify so much, and I would love to hear your little hacks of how you use Purify.
Yeah, Purify is, I actually love Purify, and that's one that I do use a lot of, and I just always have. Mm-hmm. I think Whitley does this, but you kind of like pair a word with an oil, and then you kind of use that oil in that way. It just makes it easy. And there's definitely other ways to use it, but Purify, the word that I kind of associate with it is smells. It is my stink eliminator, odor eliminator. So anything that is stinky or that I want to get rid of a smell, I use my Purify. So a lot of the times, I mean, I have 3 boys. And if any of you have little boys, then you have pee-filled bathrooms as well. Like I don't get why we need to stand up and pee. I don't know why that ever was a thing that boys were taught. Like, no, everyone can sit down, whatever. Pee is all over my bathrooms with my 3 little boys and they stink. So I use Purify to make my own non-toxic cleaners specifically for my bathroom. Smell wise, I do like On Guard cleaner for like my main living places, like my countertops and my kitchen, but for my bathrooms that are stinking, Purify is my go-to oil. I'll usually just get a glass bottle. I don't know if you do this as well, Sydney, but glass bottle. I'll use the On Guard cleaner concentrate. You don't have to. It's just an extra cleaner. And then I'll usually do like 20 drops of Purify in my glass cleaner. And then I use that to scrub my entire bathroom down to get rid of smells.
Yeah, it's so good. On number 10, these top 10 uses for Purify. Number 10 says diffuse citronella to ward off insects. I had no idea you could pair Purify with citronella until I saw these.
I think citronella is an ingredient in Purify.
It?
I think so. I don't have my bottle with me. If anyone does, look it up, but I'm pretty sure citronella is one of the ingredients in it.
Okay, Whitley's saying, I use Purify with lavender to relieve itch from mosquito bites. So good. I had no idea you could do. I learned so much from you guys on these, more than I learned from myself.
Whatever.
That's so good to know, because mosquitoes, like when you go on hikes, when you're going exploring this time of year, they're brutal. And so Purify is going to be in my adventure bag, like my backpack and everything now.
Yeah. Well, and I wish I had my Purify. I'm like tempted to run and get it because I love blends, because doTERRA hand picks different essential oils and puts them together to create a blend specifically for something. So I know that tea tree is in Purify, citronella as well. What else is in it? I want to go grab it, but saying that it's going to help with bug bites.
Those things too.
Yes. Usually I'll reach for lavender and tea tree for a bug bite, but knowing like tea tree is in Purify, it makes so much sense that Purify would help soothe a bug bite or an itch like that.
Yeah, exactly. I just love to know that I can pair Purify with citronella, which let's go over to citronella. I'm going to be kind of back and forth between this. So citronella, I'm just going to be so blatant on here. Like, I haven't used citronella that much other than making my own bug spray. So Eden, have you used citronella a ton? I know Whitley is a great citronella connoisseur. So how have you guys used it?
Yeah, everyone put the ways that you've used it, or if you have questions about the certain oil that we're talking about, please put it in the chat so that we can answer it. Like, keep this chat going. I
am so genuinely curious on how other people use citronella, and I guess I could research it, but sometimes researching things or just Googling how to use citronella or putting it in the Essential Life app, I like hearing from other people how they actually use it.
Totally.
Okay, so hers is bug spray too. Okay.
Well, and I was gonna say that's like the only way I've used citronella, and that's why I don't go through it a ton. A few months ago, we were staying in an Airbnb and there were so many mosquitoes. So I was actually using my citronella a lot, and you're supposed to dilute things, but I didn't have like my fractionated coconut oil with me, and I didn't have my spray bottles with me because we were just staying in an Airbnb, but I happened to bring my citronella, and I think it was the product of the month that month.
Oh, yeah.
So I got it for free on my LRP order. So anyways, I was just like dabbing it on my finger and rubbing it on my wrists and my ankles and on my kids' wrists and ankles, like every night when we'd go outside before bedtime to play. And it would totally like ward off bugs.
Just on your wrists and ankles then? You didn't even have to spray it everywhere?
No, I didn't have spray. So I would just like rub it like on like the wrists and ankles, because that's where we tend to get bitten the most. You know, if you're wearing pants, your ankles are showing. So that's where I would just rub it, wrists and ankles, and then we'd go outside and play and wouldn't get bites.
I love that, because I'm just like, that's good to know if I don't have my spray with me either, because I would feel like I'd have to spray it, not just rub it. But Tessie's also saying a fever reducer.
And that
is crazy. Also, another thing that I'm seeing here is that it's a great cleanser. Like, it's saying to put some in your shampoo to deeply cleanse your scalp, I'm sure, if you have like dandruff. What else is it saying?
It even says greasy hair and lice.
Like, isn't that so? I'm learning so much about citronella right now. It's going to be more of a staple. Post-surgery discomforts, that would have been nice to know. Wow.
I know that Kelsey knows how to make like a candle. I don't think she's here right now. But if you look up ways to make candles, it's the great, you know, those like bug repellent candles that you like burn on your patio when you're having like a barbecue. So citronella would be a great oil to add to homemade candles that's non-toxic, but also going to get rid of bugs.
I love that. Okay, we're all gonna start using citronella more. At least I am. Okay, let's go to cilantro, island mint. You guys can screenshot this. We are gonna try and send you like all of these graphics in a zip file because we're gonna be going through them kind of quick. But if you've been around for a minute, you know that we are huge advocates for ingesting cilantro. I have been ingesting cilantro in our veggie capsule, and I'm sure you've all seen our DDR Prime, cilantro, celery seed, and everyone's personalized morning veggie cap concoction. But cilantro is so good to flush out heavy metals in your major organs. And I have noticed the biggest difference when I take cilantro. And I've been doing it since like, I think I started in 2013 when I learned about it. And taking cilantro every single day, I'm telling you, pair it with DDR Prime and your life is going to change. I wish DDR Prime, we could go off DDR Prime right now, but we would be talking about it for 15 minutes. So maybe we can't. But that's how I use cilantro. Eden, do you use it any other ways?
Well, mostly in my veggie capsule. And it's funny. I'm so sorry if you can hear my house right now. My house is under construction. So if you hear like drilling and hammering, I'm super sorry. But cilantro is actually an oil I go through super fast. So when I learned that it was in the Bogo box, I was like, yes, now I don't have to buy one because I'm out of it. And even when I was making my reels, I was like, if you can see, this is almost gone. Like I use it a ton, but yeah, I use it every single day in my veggie capsule. And kind of the word that I associate with cilantro is toxins. So anything that needs cleansing and getting rid of toxins, your cilantro is the one that you're wanting to use. Heavy metals, any crap in your body, cilantro is going to help flush that through your system.
Talk about number 5, inhale to release clingy or obsessed feelings.
Well, like, and try that with toxicity.
Yes.
Like, not even just internally, but like toxic emotional feelings. Like it is going to get rid of anything toxic emotionally, spiritually, and physically, which is, I don't know if everyone believes in that kind of stuff, but I do. And I just think that's so cool.
Hey, I'm just going to read one little excerpt from Elements of Emotion because we have to, okay? So cilantro from Elements of Emotion, it says that it cleanses your toxic story. I think that's amazing. So it's saying there's like a diffuser blend on here. I've never tried this diffuser blend. So if anyone wants to, I'll put it in the chats, but it's cilantro, ginger, lemon, lime, and fennel. I'm going to go try that right now. That doesn't sound like something that I would normally gravitate towards. So I'm going to go try it. And it says remover of old. That's the diffuser blend. So it like removes old toxic feelings, which I love that. So maybe you can use it for that emotional benefit.
Yeah, those aren't like ones that I would think to reach for and pair together. So I'm interested to see how that smells.
Yeah. Here's a roller blend recipe. Again, we'll send all of these to you all so that you have them in a zip file. Okay, let's go over Island Mint. Eden, I'm just going to put in the chats really quickly this diffuser blend. So can you go over Island Mint for just a second?
Yeah. You guys are all so lucky if you bought the Bogo box or got this Bogo because you can't buy Island Mint. I don't think it's like a very special oil that you only got through this promotion, which is super cool. If you haven't diffused it yet, diffuse it. This oil I mostly use as like a candle replacement. It smells so, so good. It's minty and it either has lemon or lime in it. I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, that was Sydney in the chat. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I love like when you are making diffuser blends, sometimes it's like, oh, I need to add all of these concoctions together. Like even what Sydney just like put in here, you're like, oh, I have to do all these things, but it doesn't have to be that complicated. Like for me, it's fun because I like using my oils like that and trying new things. But if that's overwhelming to you, doTERRA's done it for you. They've done it with these blends. Island Mint is like 5 essential oils that smell beautiful together and you don't have to add anything to it. But if you're like wanting to start going like out of the box of just diffusing one oil, what I like to do is I grab a blend that I like. So Island Mint, I look at the ingredients in it. And then, so if I think it's lime or lemon that's in Island Mint. So if lime's in it, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to add a little bit more lime and see what that does to it, because I know that lime is already blending well with this, and I'm just going to enhance that. So that's just like an idea to start creating your own diffuser blends, but not having it be overwhelming and knowing that it's going to smell good because it's already in it, if that makes sense.
And island mint is like, there's great benefits to the oils that are in island mint. So look at the ingredients, look at like, search on Essential Life about those oils and what those do for you and apply it as needed. But I feel like island mint and then some other ones, even like citrus bloom and sunny citrus, they're just such great Glade plug-in replacers.
Absolutely.
Like, if anything else, you just stop using like your candle burners and your Glade plugins and your Febreze. Like, make your own Febreze in a spray bottle with water, witch hazel, and island mint, and that's a great, affordable, non-toxic replacement. So that's kind of like my general rule with these, like summertime and refreshment, to get rid of those things.
Right.
Here's diffuser blends for it. Okay, I need to make sure everything's muted. Sorry, this takes some time. Oh, sorry guys, 1 second. I'm struggling over here. Okay, let's go to Neroli. Some people don't like the smell of Neroli, and I'm shook. I'm shook to my core that some people aren't obsessed with Neroli.
Wait, like, do we have different noses, Sydney? Like, I don't get it.
Did you not love Neroli? Are you kidding me? Right? Like, stop, Eden. Stop. You cannot do this to me.
I don't love the smell of Neroli. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And when Sydney and I have very opposite smell preferences, which is so funny. Tessie, you're in love too. Okay,
No,
you know what? Tessie, I think that you and Sydney have like similar noses, or do you like vetiver? I know Tessie doesn't like vetiver.
I hate vetiver. Do you, Sid?
Do you?
Oh, I love vetiver.
Oh.
Like, love it.
Okay, and then patchouli. Oh my gosh, I saw something the other day that was like patchouli and something. I almost sent it to you. I can't remember what the heck it was, but patchouli always reminds me of you.
Okay, honestly,
Do you like patchouli, Tessie?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't smelled patchouli yet.
Oh, you haven't. I don't like patchouli, but Sydney loves it. Like, if she wasn't married to Sam, she would marry patchouli.
we would.
Is it like
We
a
have
pistachio is what it reminds me of, just because of the name.
You know, I can totally accept that patchouli smells like an old woman. And I don't know, I don't like the smell of an old woman, okay?
See,
but
I feel like Neroli reminds me of my grandma, but I freaking love it.
Okay, see, and I can see that. Like, Neroli is more of like a seasoned smell. It's not like I hate it, but it's like, I think that's what my grandma would smell like.
Yeah, like if I put it on and I go to the store, I'm like, people are probably like, she is like an old bag. Like, she's still like.
you guys are wrong. Neroli does not smell like that. You guys are so far off this.
I love it though. I love it though.
Whitley said, I don't love the smell of Neroli, but it's not as bad as patchouli. Whitley and I have the same like senses. We feel the same about smells, but Neroli has so many amazing like emotional benefits. And that's why I give it a chance. And it's more of one that I'm going to apply when I'm going to bed so that I can get those emotional benefits. But then I also don't have to smell like it all day if you don't love it and I don't love it, you know?
Yeah. And see, Neroli for me, I really only used it solely for all of the emotional benefits. Like, even just seeing number 6 or 7, in the back of my mind, I do know that Neroli does help with skin. I've never used it for skin though, probably because I have so many other skin oils that I reach for. But the emotional benefits, so Neroli is a floral oil. It comes from like a floral base, like jasmine and magnolia and lavender and things like that. So your floral oils are going to actually dig deep into your feminine energy, and it's going to really help open up the chakras that allow self-love and self-acceptance and forgiveness to yourself. And so I've been using Neroli for probably, I'm not joking, at least 6 times a week, every single day for like 3 years. I rub it on my thyroid every single morning, and I'll rub it on my pulse points. And it truly has been a pivotal oil for me to like accept myself and grow to love myself the way that I have and where I'm at right now. So Neroli, if you want to enter into that space of love and goodness for yourself, and you want to stop gossiping about yourself and tearing yourself down, I would suggest using Neroli and any other floral essential oil like magnolia and jasmine.
I love that. And we saw something the other day that said, if you don't like the smell of an oil, it means you need it more.
Yeah.
That was a true thing. Right? I don't know. I don't know where we saw that. What?
I'm always confused because like, I love the smell of vetiver. Does that mean that I just love it? Or does it really mean that, so do I not need vetiver? That's my question. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know, but I just saw that. So it's like, I need patchouli and I need neroli. I don't hate neroli. I'm not going to say I hate neroli. I'm fine with neroli, but I also have magnolia and I love the smell of magnolia. Do you know what I mean? So if I'm going to reach for one or the other, I'm going to reach for magnolia because I like the way it smells better, but I love all the benefits of neroli and everything Sid just said. Like we all could use that. We could all be kinder to ourselves and have this oil that's going to help us embody that. Like, that's so cool. So use your neroli. Let us know in the chat if you like it or if you don't like the smell of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So spearmint, I love that they included spearmint. A little side note, if you have Citrus Bliss at your house from May's promotion, since Citrus Bliss was free, diffuse spearmint and Citrus Bliss together and it's really magical. But spearmint is in the peppermint family, obviously, so it's going to be similar to peppermint and wintergreen and deep blue. I love to just pair my spearmint with my diffuser blends. Do you have any favorite spearmint things to do, Eden?
Yeah, spearmint is actually really good for breath freshener. So if you add a drop on your toothbrush and like with your toothpaste and brush your teeth, or something that I've been doing that's been kind of fun is making my own like breath spray that you can just keep in your purse. You know, those like little, like perfume spray bottles. They're like little though.
Yes.
So you can just get them on Amazon, fill it with water and just put a couple drops. You can even do like the On Guard mouthwash if you wanted, do a couple drops of spearmint and keep it in your purse. So after you eat like something full of just like garlic and your breath reeks, just be like, and spray it in your mouth, and spearmint smells like gum. Okay. Anytime I use spearmint or diffuse it, my kids are like, who has gum? And I'm like, it's the diffuser. It smells like gum.
Best idea. I've never thought about doing that. Not one time. I'm going to go on Amazon right now and get some.
Go get those.
That's
it's such a good breath freshener.
Number 7 says, hold on, where was it? I just saw it. Oh, menstruation support. Diffuser apply to abdomen for menstruation support. So that's cool. I struggle with my periods and I've never used spearmint before. I'll always use like bergamot or clary calm or clary sage. So that's a really great way to use it as well as on your uterus area.
Any of the mint oils I pair together. So spearmint, peppermint, even like breathe and wintergreen. These are like the minty ones, kind of like the icy hot sensation. They all separately have their own benefits, but overall they're going to be like cooling and soothing and energizing. So when I'm out, like I use peppermint all the time, every single day, and I'm out of it a lot. I'm always finding myself like, crap, I need to add that to my order because I'm out of it a lot. And when I am out of it, I'm like, okay, I can reach for my wintergreen or I can reach for my spearmint, you know, because it has the same cooling effect. So if there are fevers, if you've been out in the sun a lot and you need to cool down, if you have menstrual cramps that need soothing, if you need a massage to help ease tension, your mint oils are going to do that. So it's just kind of like a good rule of thumb. Peppermint, spearmint, wintergreen, they have similar effects.
Spearmint would be so good to take to a massage place. I don't get massages very often. Like I get one like once every couple years, but that sounds nice to have someone massage spearmint into my back. Okay, lime. We all could talk about lime forever. Any citrus oil is so, so good. Lime's going to be your essential oil that you can reach for and have at your desk for like concentration, that midday energy lull. I even love getting my citrus essential oils and either like scent tenting, like putting them in your palms and smelling them deeply in your hands, or even just putting like one drop on your tongue and you can pair it with like one drop of peppermint and it just gives you like this boost of concentration and focus and energy. It's so good.
Yeah. Lime is one of my favorite oils to put in my water. I love lime over lemon. Like lemon obviously is good in your water too, but lime is my very, very favorite in my water. Just do like 3 drops in your water. And it tastes super good. Also gives you that energy and focus. And then citrus oils, like, I don't know why I do this, but I group them. And I just feel like grouping your oils just gives you a direction of like what ones you're wanting to use. So citrus oils are great for energy and focus and uplifting mood. They're also amazing for cleaning. They're cleansing and detoxifying. So it, like it says on here, sticker residue. Lime is so good. You know, when you get like a plastic bin that you're going to like store things in, and like, of course they put those dumb stickers that like rip off and leave this huge residue on it. Grab your lime and it's just going to help it come right off. You can clean with it. You can do so many things with your citrus oils. And lime is just one of my favorite smells.
Okay, Heidi just said apply 2 drops of lime under each armpit before you apply deodorant, and it helps combat bad smell and bacteria. It gives a fresh, clean scent. I would never put lime under my armpits, ever.
Me either. I want to try that.
So cool. I'm going to do that because I use doTERRA's Balance deodorant. Love it if you've never used it. So I'm going to try lemon or lime with it. That's good.
Okay, Emmy said 3 drops in how many ounces of water? Okay, I'm so glad you said that because this is actually very important. When you are using, like going to consume oils, first make sure that it has a supplement fact box on the back of the oil. If it doesn't have a supplement fact box, then that's meaning that it's just meant to be used aromatically or topically. But supplement fact box, you're safe to ingest it. Also, make sure that it is a stainless steel or glass container, including the straw, because like we said, citrus oils help get rid of toxins as well. So they're going to actually eat through that plastic and leak it into your water. So I actually like to use my, my Stanley tumbler. So I don't know how many ounces that is exactly.
40
Okay.
ounces, I think.
If anyone knows the Stanley cup container, it's like a tumbler. That's what I use. It's stainless steel. And I ordered stainless steel straws off of Amazon. So that's what I do. And in that, I usually do about like 5 to 6 drops of oils. And that's just my preference. You can do what you want. Maybe start with 1 and see how your body likes it. And if you're like, oh, I like the way I feel, add 2. But I like to do, I would probably do like 4 drops of lime in that and see how you like it.
Also, we didn't even go over this. I'm always adding my citrus oils to my morning smoothies or your smoothie bowl or your shake. Like if you're doing like a chocolate orange shake, like add wild orange into it. I've been doing like tangerine, but lime is so good too. You can do like lime and kiwi and strawberry with like your protein powder, or like lime with strawberry and banana. Like use your citrus oils in your smoothies and it's really good. And you're getting those internal benefits too.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, here's some diffuser blends. You'll get those. Let's dive into Digestzen and Peppermint. These 2 pair beautifully with one another. Digestzen, our rye guy, Eden's husband, is like the Digestzen mascot. He loves Digestzen. He uses it so much. So tell everyone how he uses it.
Well, it's funny because I feel like you either love or loathe the smell of Digestzen. And it's not like a smell that you just don't like. It smells like black licorice, which you either love or you hate. Like you're not in between on black licorice. You love it or you hate it. But my husband loves black licorice. And so every single night, it's like I'm going to bed next to a big bag of black licorice. He uses way more than you should use. Like these oils are so concentrated and pure and so strong. And he like dumps it on his stomach like this. I'm like, what are you doing? You can use a drop, maybe 2, but he rubs it on his tummy because he gets like super painful stomach issues after he eats. He has a hard time digesting his food, and especially at night. So he likes to rub it on his stomach every night before he goes to bed. And it helps him get things moving and get rid of those pains when you just get stuck, you know? So Digestzen, it's in the name, it's your digestive blend. So any sort of tummy issue, this is going to be your favorite oil. If you don't love the smell of it, you can put like 2 drops in a veggie capsule or like a shot of water and shoot it back, because it is safe to be used internally. And that's going to help get things moving in your tummy as well. It's amazing for babies too, which I think is awesome to know. If you have young babies who get constipated and gassy and they just don't know how to tell you what's wrong, pair Digestzen with some fractionated coconut oil and just rub it on their little bellies. And I swear within 20 minutes, they're going to be able to get things moving again.
And Digestzen, it's a blend, obviously, and it has essential oils in there that's really going to coat the digestive system and digestive tract with anti-inflammatories and digestive aiding essential oils like cardamom and peppermint and fennel. And those are your remedies for constipation and for bloating and food sensitivity and all of those things. So never, ever underestimate Digestzen. In fact, it's completely safe to use preventatively. If you know that you're prone to bloat and like you just feel like your tummy's kind of upset more times than not, take a shot of Digestzen every morning.
Yeah.
Before you eat your breakfast, or make sure that you have Digestzen in your car before you go to a restaurant, and take, some Digestzen in a veggie capsule an hour before you leave for your restaurant. Digestzen is here to preempt, not just
to fix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's go to peppermint. Peppermint, I want someone to bury it with me in my grave when I die. Like, put peppermint in my coffin when I leave this earth, because that's how amazing peppermint is. And peppermint is like the versatile oil. Would you agree, Eden?
Oh, absolutely. There are so many ways to use peppermint.
So there's nothing you can't use peppermint for, honestly. Like, just to name so many different things. Seasonal, stuffiness, itchy eyes, itchy throat, itchy nose, fatigue. It helps with belly aches. It helps with head tension. It helps with sore muscles and sore knees and sore back. It helps with hair growth. I mean, what are the things you use it for? The same stuff?
Yeah, all those things. I was thinking in my mind, that game where you choose a category and then you go back and forth and you can't say the same thing?
Yeah, you could do that with this one.
Categories are peppermint.
Yeah.
And then you do that. Headache. Yeah. I'm like, oh, we could go back and forth and see who gets out. And it would go a long time because there's a lot of ways to use peppermint. Energy is a huge reason I use peppermint. Put a drop on your thumb, place it to the roof of your mouth. You get an instant shot of energy, which is so cool for most of us are moms and we're exhausted all the time having to do everything for everyone around us. So we need that extra help with energy. I love it for head tension. Like you mentioned, you can rub a little bit on your forehead, the back of your neck. It's going to help relieve your head tension super quickly. I actually like to pair it with deep blue and frankincense. If you don't have those oils, that's fine. Just use your peppermint, but maybe as you start accumulating a collection, add those ones to your list, because those are amazing for head tension as well. I was telling Sydney, I've gotten in big trouble recently for compliance, and I'm trying so hard to not say the wrong things. Consult your doctor. Don't ask me. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but fevers, I use peppermint. I love to use it down my spine and on the forehead as well. Just a word of caution, peppermint is hotter. It's a hotter oil. It's minty. It's got that icy hot sensation. So when you're using it, you're going to want to dilute it to avoid any skin sensitivity, especially in children. Icy hot, it's not like it hurts, but it's kind of confusing to kids. They're like, oh, it's hot, but it's cold, and it's not always enjoyable. So I want to make the use of oils as enjoyable as possible for my kids. I don't want them to not like using their oils. I want them to love them and want to use them and support their bodies. So heavily dilute, especially your peppermint, so that it isn't an uncomfortable sensation on their skin. You can also rub it on their hairline, back of neck, feet, spine as well. Just dilute it.
Yeah, it's a good one to use for kids. Okay, are we done? We just have Copaiba Touch. That's it.
Oh yeah, I think so. Everyone go read Tessie's message in the chat. Cause like, I love like peppermint and tea tree on the scalp. Amazing. I do it once a week to cleanse and overall health. And then she used peppermint and lavender on her 3-year-old's legs the other night because he was so restless in his sleep. 15 minutes later, good to go. Restless leg syndrome, especially like growing pains in little kids. This is what I'm saying. Those minty oils are going to be so soothing for those muscles, for that tension in their legs. Rub it on their legs. Once again, dilute it. I love that she paired it with lavender, which is a soothing blend as well. And that's going to, like she said, it helped within minutes. So definitely give that a try.
Okay, with Copaiba, this is the touch. It's not the essential oil, so it's going to have easy application. It's already pre-diluted with fractionated coconut oil. Even though Copaiba, I would say, is a more gentle oil. It's not hot. It's not invigorating. It's more gentle, maybe like frankincense and those oils.
Yeah.
So, but when it's already pre-diluted, you don't have to think twice about rolling it on your baby's spine or your 4-year-old's back or bottoms of the feet, which I love. But
it's just like easy application is what I consider it. And also because I've heard people be like, well, if I'm diluting it, like I'm not going to get as strong as an effect with the essential oil, which isn't true. So what I've learned recently is that essential oils are really light, like in molecules, I guess. So they evaporate super quickly. So when you pair an essential oil with a carrier oil that is more dense and heavier, it helps your skin absorb the essential oil quicker before it evaporates in the air. So that's why diluting is actually really good, even if it's not a hot oil. Sometimes I'm lazy and I don't dilute my oils. I'm going to say that right here. And I should way more, even the hot ones. I'm weird. I'm like, if it doesn't hurt, it's not working. So don't be like me. But diluting is actually really, really good. It's going to help absorb that essential oil into your skin quicker.
Yeah. Okay. Chambray just had a great question. I saw a video recently with Copaiba helping to calm the shakiness from Parkinson's, but can't find anything to back that up. Has anyone else heard that? Here's why Copaiba can support your body when your body's dealing with things that are that heavy and that traumatic. Copaiba targets your nervous system, which is your brain, your spine, and your nerves. That is very encompassing of something as crazy as Parkinson's and multiple sclerosis. So it's not that Copaiba is going to cure your Parkinson's. Copaiba isn't going to cure your multiple sclerosis. But what it is going to do is it's going to support your nervous system so that your brain, your spine, and your nerves, which is basically your entire body, that's your whole body right there, can come back to homeostasis and function appropriately. So yes, have the person rub Copaiba on their spine and on their hands and on their neck so that it can help relieve and just support those symptoms. Copaiba, because it does help support the nervous system, it's going to help with high stress feelings like panic and stress and overwhelm, because it's going to bring those cortisol levels back. And then it's going to help your muscular system and skeletal system as well. So pain, inflammation, sore, achy joints, like menstrual cramps and like a rolled ankle, things like that. It's going to really help bring that inflammation down. So Copaiba is really an all over essential oil and so good to use all the time.
Yeah, it's actually been compared. The effects of Copaiba have been compared to the effects of CBD oil. So if you've looked into CBD oil, this is a great alternative as well. Anything that you would use CBD oil for, this can be awesome for it as well. I've actually heard that this works better than CBD.
It does. I'll have to find, if anyone wants it, like the study or whatever it was to compare it to CBD. The reason
There's a podcast too, Sid, about it.
Please send it. Will you send it to the Boxer, and so then we can all have it so that we got it.
I freaking would love to.
Please do. The reason that it's so not better than CBD, but is more, what's what I'm looking for? It's more consistent than CBD is because the CBD world is not regulated, whereas Copaiba with doTERRA, it is regulated. So that's one of the reasons that doTERRA's Copaiba can have a more consistent effect than a CBD balm.
And we know where it's like sourced too. Like the
Yeah.
sourcing of it is cleaner and
Exactly.
for like CBD, and we don't know the long-term effects of CBD. To where with Copaiba, we know the long-term effects of it, is what that podcast was saying.
I love that. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So
I want to give some tangible ways for you to use it though. If you have a small baby who's teething, Copaiba is an awesome oil to use on that teething baby. You can rub it along the jawline because it is going to help with pain and inflammation. And you can you put this on your finger and put it on the gums, Sid, even though this is roller? That's okay.
I 100% would, because
Okay.
it's fractionated coconut oil. I don't think that it has a, oh, is my computer going weird? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I 100% would. I don't think there's a supplement fact label on it. So maybe like use at your own discretion, but I 100% would. Wouldn't you?
Okay. Yeah. Well, because Copaiba is definitely great to be used internally. I just wasn't sure about the roller, but it's just diluted. And like I cook with fractionated coconut oil. So I would assume that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so you can rub it on the jawline. You can rub it actually on the gums. And so that's going to help with teething babies. It's amazing for stress, overwhelm. Even in my children, when they're acting like psychos and I just need them to like chill out, I'll rub it down their spine, rub it on their feet. And because it's diluted and Copaiba is a more gentle oil, sometimes I'll just hand it to them, be like, here you go, and let them do what they will with it. And then it kind of helps them feel like they're in control of their emotions. They can put it on however they want, even just breathing it in, and then they'll give it back to me.
It's so fun to be able to let your kids be their own little healers. But then it's also such a gift to watch them in moments of trauma or distress or whatever it is. It's so fun to watch them choose natural alternatives. I've told this story to Eden and a couple on here. I think it was on our like team huddle, but I'm going to say it again. So back in the beginning of June, when I was having all of my stomach attacks, like I would be in the fetal position, bawling and screaming in my bathroom floor or on my bathroom floor, honestly, every 2 days. Like it was a horrible experience. And Bill was like so confused because I'm never in the fetal position on the floor. Like I'm such an active person. And he was like, what? I don't know what to do with you, Mom. And so he booked it to his room where he has all of his precious oils that we use for bedtime and diffuser and everything. And I just see him, I'm like kind of unconscious on the floor, and he is just like hucking these things out, taking off the lids. He went and turned the bath on and was putting like the oils in the bath. And honestly, I don't think one of these oils was for my gallbladder or for my stomach. It was like adaptive and like the stronger blend from the kids collection. But he just had all of these out and dumping them on me. He was rubbing my back while I'm like there on the floor. And I just thought it was like this moment for me, even though I never want to go relive that moment again. It was like he knew as a 7-year-old what he could do for someone in this moment. He didn't go and like get into our other cabinet where we have other types of medicine. He went to his bedroom where he knows he has his little safe space and came and gave them to me. And I just thought that was so cool. It was like this moment that the heavens opened and let me see that it was a special thing. So
I love that. It's so cute.
Yeah, it was cute. So anyways, I want to kind of encourage everybody to, just to piggyback off of what Eden said, let your kids use them, especially the more gentle ones like Copaiba, where it's not going to get in their eyes and burn like it would with peppermint. Let them have some of those in their room and keep them safe with them, and like let them start to use them on themselves in a safe way so that they can know.
And a great place to start with that, I mean, definitely is Copaiba. Now we all have Copaiba. Start there. But the kids collection is incredible. And not that you have to purchase the whole collection. You can buy the single oils that are in the kids collection, and they're cute. They have like words on it that kids would understand and be like, oh, I know what one to reach for because I'm having that feeling. There's one called Brave. There's one called Stronger. There's one called Steady, Tamer. What's another one? Calmer. So it's just cute. It's like words that kids can understand and then know which ones to reach for. And so there's even like hearts on some, and then like bodies on some, and brains on some. So I've taught my kids, like when your body's hurting, reach for, like, if you need one for your body, reach for one of the bodies. Or if you're needing one for your heart, like you're feeling sad, reach for the heart. If you're wanting to focus or help your brain get stronger, reach for the brain. So it's so cute and powerful to be able to teach your kids to use these things.
And Whitley said she loves that story, and our kids are watching us more than we realize. And that was the moment. And even for you, Eden, like your heart and your mind and your focus, and you're being crazy, like you're being a crazy little monster, and it's just because you're bored. Like, here's Copaiba, it's just, they absorb everything in their world, everything. So why not make it something that's pure and of the earth? Oh, did I just cut out? Show. Maybe I did.
Crap. Am I frozen, or is it might be frozen? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Gosh, my sound's back. Okay, it's me. I'm so sorry. If I cut out, just leave me in the dust. My internet sucks. I thought my sound went out again. That's been happening to me. No.
That would be horrible. So we're gonna try and send this to everyone, like as a zip file or something that you can have at your fingertips. We're gonna record it. So if you have friends and family or other people that grab the Bogo box, please let them know that they're on their way. It does take a minute for it to upload, so it may be like 2 or 3 hours before I can get it uploaded, but we'll send it out as soon as possible.
And I just wanted to add super quickly, I mean, if anyone has questions, hurry and throw it in the chat before we end, if there's something that we didn't cover that you're curious about. But I want to hurry and touch on how to make future purchases if you're using your oils and you're loving them and want to add to your collection, or if there's one that maybe we talked about a little bit and you are interested in getting that. If you log into your doTERRA account, it's super easy. Just go to doTERRA.com. You created a login when you got the Bogo box or however you signed up. You put in your email that you signed up with, and then your password, which had to have a capital and a number. It did have to have letters in it, a capital and a number, just if that helps you. And then you have the option to do a one-time purchase, which is great because you are all wholesale customers, which means you get access to wholesale pricing. But you also have the option, if you are loving the products, to order through the LRP, which is the Loyalty Rewards Program. And what that is like a frequent flyer miles card, but essential oil status. So every time you purchase something, you get 10 to 30% back in doTERRA credit. So if you're wanting to use oils and you're wanting to use them on a budget, like we all are wanting to do, this is a great way to do it because you're going to earn points back for free product. The only requirement is that you do have to order one thing a month. However, there's no minimum. So don't let that deter you. You don't have to spend a certain amount. You can just snag one thing to keep your points accumulating, whether it's a chapstick or a toothpaste, something you just want to replace in your home, like laundry detergent, or just snagging like a lemon essential oil. That'll keep your orders going. So I just wanted to mention that if you have any other questions about that, reach out to whoever you enrolled with, and they'd be more than happy to help answer more questions about that. But I just wanted to hurry and put that out there just because a lot of people enrolled with the Bogo, and I wanted everyone to have the chance to get that information if you want more oils.
And it's a perfect place to order your oils for any budget. Like, you do not need to feel like you have to spend $400 a month. Maybe you spend 60 or 12 or 200 one time, so this is customizable to you and your lifestyle and your needs. It's not to like make you spend more money. It's here to serve you and to help you, not overwhelm you. So, and I'm sure you will have questions as you're logging into your account and you're like, wait, I need to pick a date. What does that mean? Message the person who enrolled you or the community that you're in. That is what we're here for, and you will never annoy us. We want to help you with those little things. So reach out. Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool. I'm going to